Hello, everybody, and welcome to English at Ease. My name is Adam, and in today's video, we are going to be learning English by doing a house tour. Come on inside. So, this house where I'm currently staying is the house of my aunt. This is my aunt's house. My aunt is the sister of my father, and they live here in Arizona. So, we are staying here currently in this house while we are in Arizona on this road trip. I wanted to show you guys around this place because I think there are a lot of really cool things to look at in this house, and they have designed it and decorated it in a very nice way. Now, one of the things that I really like about this house is that it is very comfortable. There's a lot of really nice couches in this house where you can sit and relax a little bit. This is a couch that I really like to sit on right here, and this is called a recliner. These are called recliners. The reason why these types of couches are called recliners is because they have a little lever right here. This is called a lever right here, and you can pull the lever and you can recline. To recline means to go back like this. So you can basically go from sitting down to laying down very quickly. And I really like these because you can sit down on these, but if you are feeling really tired, you can also take a nap on these as well, which I was just doing just a second ago, and it was very, very comfortable sleep. On this wall behind me right here, you can see a lot of the really cool decorations that we have in this house. These are bows right here. You can see all of these right here are different types of bows. And they have these in this house because my uncle likes to shoot these bows. So he has them all here on the wall right here. They're all kind of different styles of bows. Some of them are made out of wood and they look a little bit older. They kind of have an older looking style, a more classic style. And then some of them are a little bit more modern looking. This bow right here to me looks a little bit more modern looking. And this type of bow that's curved like this, you can see how it's curved, is called a compound bow. These are, I believe, the strongest types of bows out there if you're using a bow. There's also some arrows right here because to have a bow, you need to have some arrows as well that you can shoot out of the bow. So you can see one of the arrows right here. These look pretty nice. They have some feathers at the very end of them. And then on the other end, you have some stone right here that has been carved. It has been sharpened so that it is very sharp. The end of this is very sharp so that it can shoot and cut into something. All right, some other cool stuff to see on this wall over here. Some other weapons right here, but this one is a gun. This is not a bow, but this is a gun right here, which is very cool. There's also one of these right here that's I believe called a gourd. This is some type of horn that has been sort of emptied out, and you can use these to carry water. People a long time ago used to put water in these, and you could drink water out of these. But this one is just for decoration right here. There's also a whip right here that you can use to whip things. And I think this one actually, my brother actually made this for my uncle. He used a certain type of cord. He used a certain type of cord to tie it all together, and he made this whip right here. When you use this whip, it makes a really loud sound. That's really cool to see. You also have a guitar right here because my uncle plays the guitar a little bit. So this is really cool as well. And this one has a lot of unique designs on it that I'm not sure whether or not my uncle put these designs on there or if somebody put them on there for him. But you can see a lot of different stuff right here. There's a cross right here and a drawing right here on the guitar that looks to be the face of Jesus Christ right here, wearing a crown of thorns when he was being crucified, and a Bible verse right here as well. So that is very cool as well. Some paintings as well, or drawings right here. I believe most of the drawings in this house were drawn by my cousins. So the daughters of my aunt, they like to draw things and they do these really nice drawings right here. So a lot of the drawings in this house were drawn by my cousins. This one right here is a picture of two chickens because my aunt and my uncle own chickens, and they really like their chickens, which we'll see a little bit later on in this video. So one of the really cool things about this house is that we have a lot of different animals in this house. My aunt is a big fan of reptiles. She really likes reptiles. So there are a ton of reptiles in this house that I am going to show you guys. This is the first one that you'll see right here. This is the only one that is in the living room, in the main room where people stay. The rest of the reptiles have their own room, and some of them are outside. Okay, but this is the only reptile who gets to be in the main living room. This is a bearded dragon right here. This bearded dragon is named Finn, and it looks like Finn was born in 2018. So Finn is about 8 years old right now. So this is an older bearded dragon. And these are pretty cool because you can actually pick these guys up. They are pretty friendly and they like to be picked up. So I'm going to bring him out of here to show you guys a closer look. This is Finn right here. You can look at how impressive this lizard looks. You can see the reason why they're called bearded dragons is because they have these little spikes on their beard area. Now these spikes look like they would hurt. They look like they would be very pointy and hurt, but they don't really. You can touch them and they're actually very soft. They're mainly just for show, but it almost looks like he has a beard right here. Also, if these guys do get angry and they're feeling threatened, they can make their beard very big, which gives the illusion, it gives the idea that these guys have a beard even more than just right now when he's all calm. But this is pretty cool to see. All right, this is a Cuban false chameleon. This is the type of lizard that this is. This one's name is Otis, and it looks like he was born in 2022, which would make him about 4 years old. You can see he looks pretty cool right here. He's been laying in this exact same spot since we got here. So a lot of these lizards don't like to move around a lot. They like to sit in one place, and he has been laying down for a very long time, for about 2 days he's been in the same spot. You can see on his tail that his skin is starting to peel off. This is what we call shedding. Lizards do this very often. They peel off their skin and they will get a new coat of skin below it. So they will shed off their skin very commonly. This is called shedding. All right, we have different types of tarantulas here. These are very scary if you've never seen these before. A tarantula basically is just a very, very big spider. You can see these guys right here. They look like a very big spider here. These are all webs right here that this spider, this tarantula, has made. And he kind of lives on these webs right here. These guys are pretty cool because if you pick them up, which I personally wouldn't want to do, but if you do pick them up, they are very kind of furry. They have a lot of hair on their bodies, unlike most spiders that you see. There's another one down here that we can take a look at. And look at this one right here. Very cool to see. This one you can get a better view of because he is a little bit closer. And you can see a lot of his hairs are almost white in color, which gives a very cool image of this guy. These are very cool, but probably for a lot of people very scary as well. Now, a lot of these lizards we're not going to be able to get a good image of right now. A lot of them we're not going to be able to see because a lot of these lizards are nocturnal, which means they are out during the nighttime, and during the daytime, they go to sleep. So unlike human beings where we are awake during the day, and at night we go to sleep, these guys are the exact opposite. They are out at night, but right now, since it is the morning, they are asleep. You can see this is the tail of one of these lizards. And you can maybe see a little bit of his body right here, although I'm not totally sure. He's sleeping right now in this little hammock right here. This is his hammock where he sleeps. So a lot of these guys are asleep right now. All right, here's another one of these lizards asleep in his hammock right here. You can see his body right here. That's his skin. You can see kind of the little spikes that are on his back right there. But again, this one is asleep right now. All right, a lot of these reptiles eat these crickets as their main source of food. These crickets are a perfect snack for these lizards when they're feeling hungry. Man, here's more of the food for the lizards right here. They like to eat these worms right here. These are called mealworms, and these are a very good source of food for these reptiles. They eat a lot of these things. All right, this is one of the coolest reptiles that we have in this house. This is called a chameleon right here. You can see these guys really like to climb. So he always tries to find the highest point to climb to wherever he is. So right now he has chosen to come on top of my hat right here because he's at the very highest point when he's on top of my hat. Now, another really cool thing about these chameleons is that they are masters of disguise. They are masters of staying hidden. And the way they do this in the wild is that if an animal is trying to eat them, the chameleon can change its colors to blend in to the colors around them. So if they are in a stick, they can change to the color of the stick so that they will look like part of the stick. And I have noticed this as I've been here because it is sometimes really hard to find this guy. When I was trying to find him, it was difficult to find him because he kind of crawls around this whole room right here. And sometimes it's very hard to find him because he's very good at hiding. All right, now in order to be able to climb, this guy has very good grip. His hands are very strong at being able to grip onto things and to hold on to them. So you can see right now he's holding on to my hair because that is how he is able to stay put. He doesn't want to fall off. So these guys have a really, really good grip. Now, one reason why you need to be a little bit careful when you're holding him is because his grip is so strong that sometimes it hurts a little bit when you are holding him. Like right now, I can feel him gripping really tight on my fingers. And it does hurt a little bit actually because his grip is so tight. It's not too much of a problem to hold him like this, but if he starts climbing up to your face, then you might be a little bit worried because his claws have a very good grip and it might hurt you just a little bit. But overall, this is a very cool lizard right here. All right, so in this specific area, they also have this little machine right here that basically puts humidity into the air. It makes this whole room more humid by basically putting moisture into the air. It makes the air in this area much more wet because a lot of these animals in this specific area need to be in an area that is very wet. They are used to being in an area that is wet when they are out in the wild. So while they are here, you need this machine to make sure they are in the right conditions. All right, in this very secure enclosure right here is the biggest lizard that my aunt owns. And this one is called a monitor, and a monitor is a very big lizard. And these ones are a little bit dangerous. These are not the kind that you really want to hold because they might bite you, and they are a little bit scary. All right, there's also a picture right here of a lizard, another monitor named Maisie. And this was a lizard that they owned before, but unfortunately this one has passed away. This one died. So you can see Maisie's picture right here, just to remember this lizard that they loved very much in this house. All right, this monitor, unlike the one that is currently in this cage, this one that has now passed away, was apparently much more friendly, and you could actually hold this lizard and do a lot of different things with it. So I think that's the reason why they really liked this lizard very much. All right, you can see that they also have some birds as well that they have in this enclosure right here. There's a whole bunch of these. These are called finch, and these are a very social bird. Okay, they are very social. They like to interact with each other. They like to be together in big groups. So that's why you can see that there's a lot of them. You can also maybe hear that they're making a bunch of noise right now. This is their way of communicating with each other. They like to talk to each other and communicate a lot. Especially that one right there was just yelling a lot. All right, now that we've explored the inside of the house and seen a lot of the different animals that we have here, come with me as we explore the backyard of this house in Arizona. This is the backyard right here. And there's a lot of really cool things that you can see in this backyard. So come with me and I'm gonna show you guys some of the really cool things that we can see in this backyard. All right, this is a swinging bench right here that they have in their backyard. And I really like this bench because you can sit and enjoy the entire outside while you are swinging around. You can see this thing can swing. And the designs on this thing are pretty cool. You can see if I get up here, there's some cool stuff to see here. There are some license plates, some Texas license plates right here that you can see on the backrests where you would sit down. And above here as well, for the shade area, this is to basically create shade as you're sitting down so the sun won't hit you. It looks like this has been made out of the hood of a car right here. And if you zoom in and you look right here, you can see that there are a ton of holes in the hood of this car right here. These look to be bullet holes, basically from people who were probably using the hood of this car as a target for shooting guns. They were using that as a place to shoot their guns, so you can see that there are a ton of holes all over the hood of this car, which is pretty cool to see. All right, they also have this whole garden here that is very useful to be able to grow certain things that they use when they're cooking or certain things to eat. For example, this is cilantro right here, which is a type of spice that you can use to basically flavor things. We also have some onions right here. These are onion plants. So as these grow, you will be able to get onions out of these. And we also have carrots right here. These are the plants of carrots. So you can get some carrots from here. If you come with me a little bit further into the garden, you will see lots of different kinds of plants. And you will also see an orange tree over here that basically grows oranges. All right, they also have this plant right here that has peppers. And these are very useful if you want to make your food a little bit more spicy. These peppers are very spicy. All right, we can see that there are also some chickens here. My aunt and uncle own chickens, so they are just coming out of their little coop area where they live. All right, we can see some of the shells of the eggs that the chickens basically drop. And after using these eggs for cooking, my aunt and uncle will throw these onto the ground because these are used for fertilizer. Fertilizer basically is what makes plants grow more effectively because basically they break down into the ground and they help the plants to grow. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video learning English by exploring my aunt and uncle's house. For more videos like this one, where we learn English by listening to the language spoken in a slow, simple, and clear way, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.